Hello there, welcome to another Dokkan video. Alright, we've got the translations here for Beast Gohan and Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, courtesy of Goresh. So shout out to him, because he's always on the ball. Alright, let's take a look at what Gohan's doing. I haven't looked at anything yet, so let's go take a look. Superheroes, Bond of Master and Disciple, and Miraculous Awakening, Key 3, stats 170. That's exactly what I predicted. And then stats 30% to Entrusted Will, interesting, in movie heroes. Okay, I was expecting Battle of Fate in movie heroes, but I guess Entrusted Will works. Well, I'll have to see like what that 200% is going to look like. All right, 12 key, greatly raises attack for 1 turn, raises defense for 1 turn, and causes colossal damage to enemy. Okay, that seems pretty good. 18 key, greatly raises attack, raises defense for 4 turns, and causes mega colossal damage. Now, I feel like that's not going to stack. I feel like that's greatly raising attack and raising defense for 4 turns. So it won't be a stack, it'll just be a pseudo stack. Alright. Let's see. Unit super attack activates when there's an ally named Piccolo, attacking the same turn and keys 18 or higher. Okay. So that means you won't be able to run him with physical Gohan. Well, let's see what all changes. Greatly raise attack and defense for for 4 turns. Okay, so that's the same. Mega colossal damage, that's the same. Raises allies' chance to perform a critical hit by 20%. Disables enemy actions. Okay, so I guess it won't be the end of the world if you don't get that and just get the regular 18 key. Okay. Although, I do want to see the unit super attack, but yeah, that's not the end of the world if you don't get that. Let's see what else he's doing. Activate the enters animation. That's free. Okay, good. 8 key. 40% to crit and 40% damage reduction for 5 turns. Wow, okay. 8 key, that's... Whew. Alright, so super attacks are free. Key plus 3 and stats 250%. Guard! We won. He is guaranteed guard. If only he had greatly stacking attack and defense, he would be the Tech Ultimate Gohan. Okay. Gain an additional attack plus 50% when attacking, and gain an additional chance to perform a critical hit plus 20% when key is 24. Okay. Does he have other key gain stuff in here? Because otherwise that might be a little difficult to get. The key plus 8 is going to help, though. Though he is starting with key plus 11. So, with no links or anything, he's starting at key... words. His starting key is 17. That's really good. So he is guaranteed getting the Ultra Super attack for the first 5 turns. That's nuts. Because you have to get at least 1 key sphere. Alright, gain an additional 80% to defense and reduce damage received by 20% when key is 24 when receiving an attack. So that works like Fusion Zamasu and AGL Broly in that that's multiplicative. It doesn't require the first hit to be hit first and then you get the defense for the second hit. That's just always. So he's at 60% damage reduction for the first 5 turns, so long as you're at 24 key. That's nuts. Gain key plus 1 addition per key sphere obtained. Alright, that's good. That's not type key sphere. That's just key sphere in general. Perform an additional super attack in all allies key plus 3 after receiving an attack. So that's a better version of Orange Piccolo's. And guaranteed super, not a great chance. You'll have to see it. Key plus 1 per attack received. Okay, good. There's the extra key that we want. And gain additional attack and chance to perform a critical hit plus 20% per attack received during the turn. Okay, so you're going to want to put him slot 2 then when you do his redirects, and that'll increase. So chance to crit will be 100%. And then he'll gain a lot of attack up. Gain additional chance to perform a critical hit and reduce damage received by 20% again. And all allies key plus 2 starting for the turn in which this character has performed their 5th attack or received the 8th attack. Okay, so they're already doing guaranteed additional... He's already doing guaranteed additional super attack in slot 1. So that will most likely activate on his second appearance if you build him full additional. Okay. Hold on. And all allies key plus 2. Dude, that does both rotations, doesn't it? Wow, that's really good. That is really good. It's not attack and defense support, but key is always good. You love to see it. That was very good. All right, active skill. It'll be activated starting from this turn after this receives an attack once. So turn 3, got it. Key plus 24. Defense plus 158. Redirects all enemy attacks this character performs critical hits for 1 turn. I'm assuming that defense up is only for 1 turn too, otherwise that would be absolutely insane. Wow, he looks good. He looks very good. Let's take a look at the links. All in the family, Saiyan Warrior Race, Infighter, Shocking Speed, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. Okay, so it's the same as Fizz Ultimate Gohan, just minus Kamehameha, replaced with Prepared for Battle. And then categories, that's a lot of words. I ain't reading those. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at how good he's doing. All right, I went ahead and ran the numbers for LRB's Gohan, and here's what we're looking at. ABT of 76 million, that's pretty good. So turn 1, looking at a 64 million with an 18 million 24 key attack set. I ended up going with linking with Ultimate Gohan since you're going to have a higher output with that, and Piccolo's unit super attack isn't really that needed. Floating supports, we got the Gammas along with 18 and Krillin. So we're going to have an average of 50% attack and defense support, since Krillin and 18 actually give 50% support for 2 turns. And the one thing I know about the Gammas is that they give 50% to superheroes. I saw that just like floating around, so that's how I knew that. So yeah, Gohan looks very good, very defensive. Start of turn defense, 715k with guard. Yeah, he's insane. And then a million defense turn 2 with guard. Yeah, he's going to be able to tank anything slot 1. Actually, hold on. How much is he tanking from the Trunks event? Trunks does 3 million. So with guard, you multiply that by 0.8. That brings it down to 2.4. Okay, so assuming it's slot 1, assuming we don't have the active turn, so minus 930. Okay. 2. Okay. Oof. Okay, so even with all that, he is tanking Sword of Hope Trunks' super attack, pre-super, for 735,000. Dang. Wait, no, he does have the damage reduction. He has the damage reduction. How much does he have again? Let's see here. 20% when receiving, and then he has an additional 20%, so 40% on those two. Okay. So he's going to have 40% damage reduction there. So we need to do that too. So 3 million with the 40% damage reduction, that brings it down to 1.8 million. With the guard damage reduction, that brings it down to 1.44. And then defense brings it down to 510, divided by 2. He's going to be taking 255 from Sword of Hope Trunks' super attack, which is currently the hardest hitting attack in the game. So yeah, he's pretty good. He's solid. And that's if you don't use his active, in which case he's taking nothing. Oh, my alarm's going off. Whoops. Yeah. Gohan looks very good. Very defensive. Do I want to call him best in game, though? His attack is a little low. Gogeta's is a bit higher. Gogeta's is around 105. He does look very good. I can definitely see an argument for him being best in the game right now. He does look very good. Let's go ahead and go and take a look at the Gammas, though, and see what they're doing. But Gohan looks very impressive. Now let's see here. Gammas, Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Superheroes, 200. Okay, we need that. 12 key, raise attack and defense for 1 turn. Okay. 18 key, greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn. All right. Passive. Key plus 3, attack and defense 125%. That's a bit low. Gain additional key plus 3, attack and defense plus 125%. 1 HP is 30% or higher. Okay, so that's free. So they're at 250%. Superheroes, join forces, and Defender of Justice. Great, that's a great category. Allies, key 3, attack and defense 50%. Jeez, okay. I knew about the 50%, didn't know about the key plus 3. All right, that's even better. Chance to perform a critical hit plus 30% and perform an additional super attack up to twice per turn per int key sphere obtained. So with 4 int key spheres, they're at 100% crit and 2 additional super attacks. Okay, that's nuts. Chance to perform a critical hit plus 12% and perform an additional attack that has a great chance to become a super attack up to twice per turn. Okay, per AGL or STR. Okay, so that's if you don't get the int, you can at least get it with AGL or STR. Okay, that's fair. Get additional attack and defense plus 50%. Reduce damage received by 30%, starting from the turn this character performs your third attack in battle. Okay, so their additional hidden potential system on the first turn will be able to have that if they get off, if you get 2 int key spheres, which should be extremely easy. Okay, yeah, that looks really good. Able to standby, able to be used when HP is 70% or less, or after this character has received 3 or more attacks in battle, or is attacked 3 or more times in battle. Okay, so you're going to be able to activate that turn 3. Wow, these conditions are a lot better than part 1's. Okay. Enter standby mode for 4 turns. Gain 1 charge count per ally type performed. So you're going to want to float them off here if you want to maximize that. Enter Assault, Red Ribbon Army, Shocking Speed, Hero Justice, Signature Pose, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. That's 6 out of 7 with Gamma 1. Okay, that'll be good. And then you can get Legendary Power from floating, because you can just throw Gamma 1 in slot 1, since they do not look like a slot 1 character. At least not turn 1. Turn 2, maybe, because they have 300% defense start a turn, and then they get an additional 50%. That's multiplicative, so that'll bring it up to plus 500%. With reduced damage received by 30%. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's slot 1 material. Definitely slot 2, though. They'll be fine in slot 2. And floating, of course, for that support. Alright, in standby. 12 key, raise attack and defense for 1 turn. 18 key, greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn. Raise superclass allies' defense by 50% for 1 turn. Okay. Let's see here. Finisher, condition. Let's look at the passive first. Key plus 6, attack and defense plus 250%, sorry. Reduce damage received by 50%. Okay, so that's more like slot 1. Gain additional attack and defense plus 50% when attacking. Okay. Let's keep the support. Chance to perform a crit plus 30%. Additional super. Okay, with the int key spheres. Okay, and that's the rest the same. Okay. So basically the same passive, except they don't get the 50% defense as part of multiplicative pre-super. Okay, so... but they do get the 50% damage reduction. Okay, so I think the best bet is going to be to float them off. Alright, temporary raise attack by 100. Wow. Per charge count. Cause super ultimate damage to enemy. Stuns the target enemy for 1 turn. Exchange it with Gamma 1. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, it looks very good. That's going to be hitting hard. Is that going to hit harder than the Z Duo Spirit Bomb, though? I don't know. We'll have to see. Gamma 1 post standby. 18 key. I'm guessing the 12 key is the same, so raise attack and defense colossal. Greatly raise attack defense for 1 turn. Cause a mega colossal. Raise superclass defense by 50% for 2 turns. Okay. So let's see here. You have turn 1 with them. Turn 2 is in standby. You can keep them on rotation. In turn 3, you'll just have Gamma 1, and then he'll be able to give the defensive support. Because I feel like events aren't lasting long enough that you'll be able to float 1 and 2, or the standby, and then still be able to use Gamma 1 post-standby. Let's take a look at what he's doing, though. Key 3, stats 150, reduce damage received by 15%. Double that if HP is 30% or higher. Okay, so basically free 30% defense or 30% damage reduction. Gain additional attack and defense 50% when attacking. Keep the support. Additional super. Oh, that's free. Okay. Change the AGL key spheres to int key spheres. Okay. Gain additional chance to perform a critical hit plus 20%. Reduce damage received by 10% per int or STR. So he's going to be able to get to 80% damage reduction. Wow, that's very good. Okay. They definitely don't... They seem very good. I'm not sure if they're as busted as Beast Gohan, though. They definitely look like an amazing floater. I think the idea here is that you run Gamma 1 post-standby with Gamma 1 and 2. Do the links change at all? Android Assault, Red Ribbon Army, Shocking Speed, Hero Justice, Signature Pose, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. Does not look like they do. All right, perfect. All right, they look very good. Great. They're going to be an amazing support. I'm curious, though, to see how well they'll be doing. I'm going to have them linked with Gamma 1. Let's see what their output is going to look like. All right, so here's what Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 are doing. They are doing actually a little bit more than Beast Gohan when it comes to damage, but I partially attribute that to the finish skill being a pretty hard-hitting attack. It's definitely not as hard-hitting as the Spirit Bomb, but it should still be hitting very hard with an attack set of 56 million with 17 charges. So that looks very good. They have a great partner in Gamma 1. However, I do not see this unit as a main rotation unit. Because Gamma 1, once his intro is done, he loses his guard, so he only has his 50% damage reduction. And I don't think that's enough to be put in slot 1 reliably in modern content. So, Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, I think they definitely look like they are just meant to be a floating support type unit. They are doing a little bit more damage than Beast Gohan 1 on main rotation. But I think their purpose is to just be a very good support type. And then once they come back, so say you have them turn 1. You float them off, and they're supporting Beast Gohan and Least Gohan. You float them off, they come back turn 4, you go into standby with them, and then you have them float off again. You can maximize their finish skill. They come back turn 7, you launch the finish skill, usually finish off the opponent, and if not, you have Beast and Least to finish them off as well. Yeah, I think they just look like a very good support type third slot unit. I feel like they're not main support, even though they are doing more damage. Their defense isn't what we want it to be for them to be put on main rotation, well, in slot 1, but their partner doesn't have enough defense to justify being put in slot 1. And sorry if you hear a bunch of tap, tap, tap. It's the doggos. So yeah, they seem very good. Definitely top 10. Easily top 10. I don't know where I'd put them, though. I'm going to have to see some more for them. But they look very good. And Gamma 1's very good because he's giving that 50% defense support, even though I don't think you're going to see that very much. Yeah, all I can say is they're very good. They're just not main rotation. Yeah, they look good. Part 2, I feel the animations were a little bit weaker than Part 1, but the units might both be stronger. I'll have to think about this a bit more, but they seem very good. Beast Gohan is absolutely insane too. Thank you all for watching. I'll see y'all probably when I do the summons for these guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Ciao.